welcome back to my channel. Today we have a brand new video. We'll be covering last night's Met Gala. That was, I don't know, y'all, it was something. I have mixed feelings about it. There's a lot of disrespect that happened last night, but we're just gonna go ahead and get into it, and hopefully this doesn't get scrapped by the time I stop recording. Now, just to go over the theme last night, it was in honor of Karl Lagerfeld. Figured in my head that you could not mess this up. And I think majority of the people had good intentions and they were in the right lane. I just wish that people may have pushed it further or did their research rather than just hitting the top layer, the top surface of this man. Because the camellia flower from Chanel, there was a lot of black and white. There was a lot of cosplaying as cats, a lot of pearls, a lot of tweed, which is a given. I kind of enjoyed it. I just wish, they would have pushed it a little bit further. I think everybody played it safe. Karl had a career before that. He started off as an assistant with Pierre Balmain. Then he moved on to Patou. And then he got a chance at Chloe. Then from Chloe to Fendi to Chanel. And then even his own namesake brand they could have took from. I just felt like people only recognized Karl for him and his work at Chanel. There was just so much more that could have been tapped into rather than the typical 90s look. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here too, because yeah. Like, I'm tired. Every time it's always the same dress, something floral, something the same length. I get it that she's an elderly woman, but bitch, you could still serve it. Give us a little length, proportion, silhouette, something. A chop for me. Next we have Lala. She is wearing Sergio Hudson. I think she looks good. She could have had a few more chains here and there somewhere. I love the headband. The headband is screaming Chanel. Another correspondent for the night was Emma Chamberlain. She's wearing Miu Miu. Karl was known for doing black and white, but the reason why the 90s was so big is because he popped out into a different era that is well known, doing the pastels and the short mini skirts and the tweed blazers and the sets and all the jewelry. So this was homage to that. Next up we have Penelope Cruz looking fabulous, wearing Chanel. She done this right. She's one of the ones that was best dressed on my list for the night. I was watching her interview and she was just basically stating that how close Karl was to her and how she spent so much time and she knew all of the collections and everything, just admiring his work and stuff. So she looked really amazing tonight. I have no notes for this look. Absolutely gorgeous. Another attendee that got it right last night was Miss Dula Peep, wearing 92 Couture, Chanel. And my only complaint would be that the hair is a little bit flat on the flatter side. I wish it was like at least half up, half down, or a messy bun situation. She looked divine. I feel like she was the one who did the most research and probably had the best pull in the archives for the night, for sure. Next we have Nicole Kidman coming in wearing the original dress from her 2004 Chanel campaign for No. 5 perfume. You could tell that this means something meaningful to her and it was a special moment for her that she kept it so long, and it was really nice for her to actually be able to bring that out last night. So shout out to Nicole Kidman. Next we have Quinta Brunson wearing Poirot Garong. I don't know, it's a flop for me. She's been having an amazing year, war season, showing up, showing out, but this just looks like too much. Again, we have the camellia flower being represented with the ribbon. It's just a lot that could be taken away and edited. Like, you have a sheer and silk train, this like sheer overlay on top of the white dress, then it's ruched at the top, but it's actually like a halter top keeping it up. Then you have like this weird ball of yarn on top of your head with gloves, with rings on top of the gloves. It's just too much. And then the makeup is too hard. She don't need all that makeup. She did her homework. They went back in time. It's not Chanel, it's Chloe. And I love it. I think she did amazing. I don't like this weird paper sack cuff that's on her wrist that's in the same material as the violin. I think that could have been without. Maybe you're just like a gold bangle instead. But, I'm happy that she went back and did her homework and, they went to look into his further work other than Chanel. I'm think because I be eating oats, bitch. Miss Ice Spice has made her way somehow to the carpet, which is actually pretty impressive. Like your first year in music, you get co-signed by Nicki, and now you're at the Met Gala in Balmain. Is this another industry plant? Next we have Mother Naomi, who looks fucking amazing in this 2010 Couture by Chanel. And she looks good. No nuts. Next we have Michaela Cole, who I think is amazing and just so gorgeous and beautiful wearing Schiaparelli. My only complaint is that I don't like the placement of some of the things, like this weird drapery that's happened right under her pelvis, and then it's like on her butt too. It's just, I don't know, some of the placement is a little bit weird to me, but she did mention that a lot of the stones and a lot of the pieces that were sewn into to make this garment represented Carl and the things that he liked. So that was a collaboration between her and Daniel Roseberry at Schiaparelli. And just when we thought that they weren't going to be invited, I wish they kind of would have stayed at home because, like, I'm just over them now. Like, the whole Kardashian rave, the Kardashian fandom has, like, died down immensely. And I'm just not interested in seeing them in, like, things like this, events like this. I'd rather just see them fight on TV, if that makes sense. Like, look at Kendall. She looks a mess. She looks a mess. She's wearing Marc Jacobs custom. And my thing is just like, how is this representing Carl? I get it as like black and white with the, the collar shirt, and then it's just like the regalness and all. But it's just like, where is the rest of the bodysuit? You could have made this into a full gown. That would have been amazing. If you wanted to show off the shoe or the leg, you could have just had a slit. Like, why did you feel the need to make this into a bodysuit? And then what's even more annoying is that they come in 3 different designers. So Kim is wearing custom Schiaparelli, and it's okay. It's not bad. I'm pretty sure it looks better in person. She's wearing like 1,000,000 pearls. So this is an expensive look for sure. It's definitely Kim. It kind of reminds me of her original Playboy shoot she had like in 2003 or 2004. But I just wish it didn't have this middle piece right here. Like, I don't know. I wish that had been covered, or she was fully in pearls. It just looks weirdly placed. Like, it looks like a fupa. Like when you go have surgery and you have to wear that bodysuit. That's what that looks like. It's not cute. It's not fashion. And I don't know why people consist on showing their undergarments like this. And then we have Kylie wearing custom Jean Paul Gaultier by Hader Ackerman. I just don't get why. I don't know, it just doesn't fit the theme. I felt like she just wanted to wear what she wanted to wear. But then it's Hader Ackerman too, and like he's pretty much a poet when he makes clothes. So I'm pretty sure there's some type of meaning that he would have to explain to the masses. But as of right now, it's gonna be a flop for me. Next we have Gigi Hadid. She's wearing custom Givenchy by Matthew Williams. When I look at this, I was actually in awe. I was like, oh my God, this is actually pretty amazing. This is beautiful on her. It's reading Chanel. Scratching my head literally was because I was like, why don't Matthew Williams make stuff like this for Givenchy on the regular? Like, his past runways have been awful. Just stop coming. Just stop coming. I'm over it. I hate it. She looked tired. Literally and in the face. Her boobs are compressed. One looks bigger than the other. The fitting's off. And then this small ass belt wrapped around. You could have had a bigger blue belt than that. Like, come on now. It's the Met Gala. This looks like fabric wrapped around a body and belted. Next we have Bad Bunny representing the fellas tonight, wearing custom Jacquemus. This is both, no, not both, but Jacquemus's first Met Gala. So it's good to have him there. And On the back of the look, he's referencing a number 5 Chanel campaign, sort of like Nicole Kidman, the same campaign, which I thought was really cool. And then also referencing in, of course, the camellia flower and this long train or shawl that he has. It looks very, very nice. Kudos. Next, we have Lizzo wearing a custom Chanel moment that is referencing a 90s Chanel moment. Um, I'm gonna say I don't like this. I just feel like you could have came harder. You know, Lizzo has been having amazing years at the Met Gala, and for some reason, this looks very last minute and very like just underwhelming. You know, this year's theme wasn't that extravagant, but there was so much to pull from that you could have went bigger than this. You know, and we've already seen this look from time and time and time and time and time again. You know, that whole Linda Evangelista era of Chanel, the 90s with the jewelry and the gold and the pearls. It's been done for so many years over and over and over again. It just needs to be put to rest. And that's what this looks needs to be put to rest as well. So I'm gonna give it a chop for that reason. Now, I just knew that somebody was gonna cosplay Carl. I just knew that that was gonna be a thing because he has such a distinguished look. I get it. But what I did not know it would be Cara Delevingne to do it. And now it just makes so much more sense. No shade, she kind of is eating. The hair is giving me like Tekken character, ready to fight. I don't know, it's kind of a look. I kind of enjoy this. I'm not even gonna hold you. And others may not agree, but I think I actually like this. Next we have Halle Bailey, aka Miss Little Mermaid. And, you know, I'm not mad at it. It's no complaints. It's like, it's beautiful to look at. It's just nothing really extravagant about it. I mean, I love the way the lights is hitting on the material and like it looks a bit frosted and like icy. I do enjoy that. The only thing that I'm like really focused in on is where is her locks and how did she have them hidden? I don't know who their hairdresser is, but whoever does Holly and Chloe's hair and works with their locks and works with extensions and could give them like full in weaves and stuff with locks, baby, you eat down. I did not expect it to be Carisha. Like, out of all people, I was just like, oh, this could be anybody, but never was it in my head that it was Carisha. She's wearing custom act number 1. She looks bomb. She's giving you body. Her and Diddy looked fucking amazing together. And yeah, I have no notes. I have no notes. She ate it up. And she came with Diddy, and Diddy came with this massive ass coat representing the camellia flower once again, of a nice trend that's happening tonight, but in black. It looks good, and he said that this was a custom Sean John fit. He is coming back to fashion, so that is exciting. And this was styled by June Ambrose. He looks cool. He looks very cool. He did it. He did his big one tonight for the fellas. Now, when he was doing his interview, I don't know if y'all saw it, but he was up there talking to Lala. Him and Carisha was talking to Lala, and he was sweating down. When I tell you, baby, it was giving coke. Ain't no way you was just sweating like that. He did have on a lot. He had on like a 3-piece suit on and like this huge ass cape, but this man was sweating like he had been doing lines, bitch. Like he had been going skiing. So then Balmain arrives with Olivier Rousteing, Jeremy Pope, and Conan Gray. Conan Gray looks fucking amazing. I have no notes other than I wish the pant was a little bit tighter, but I see that it's draped over the boot. You have the pearl, you have the tweed, you have the white button up, the black tie, the brooches, all the things that Carl has worn in the past. The leather pant. You know, it's definitely giving a look. It's something different compared to all the other menswear that we've seen tonight on the carpet. Now, this was one of the most viral moments that happened throughout the night. Jeremy Pope arriving in this Balmain moment. I like it. I do. I thought it was like a terry cloth, but if you look closely into the details, actually like a million flowers or ruffles looked into flowers. To form the face of Carl, obviously, on the back. Thought this was amazing. you know, Jeremy Pope has been pulling looks off seamlessly. They have been like outside of the box and like over the top, but still like maintain and not doing too much compared to like a Little Nas X or a Sam Smith. It's a little bit more tailored and a little bit more pulled back, which I enjoy. It's not doing too much, but it's still giving a fashion moment, and I think he pulls it off really well. So he had a big night last night, and I really thoroughly enjoyed his look. Speaking of Little Nas X, here he goes again. I don't know. I felt like it was a bit much. Like, camp was the only theme for the Met one year. I don't even think he's wearing a designer because he's not wearing any fucking clothes. He's butt ass naked, but the makeup is done by Pat McGrath, who did Doja Cat's look for the Scaparelli show just a few months ago. He looks crazy. He looks great. It doesn't. He's cosplaying Karl Lagerfeld's cat, and I just feel like this just is not the place to do this. Like, this is what I meant by no stunt, just fashion. Like, just bring clothes. Just bring. This is terrifying. I honestly think that I like Doja Cat's version a little bit better. It was more her. She was funny with it during her like interview with the correspondent. She was like meowing the whole time, just playing into character. It was sleek. It was sexy. It was custom Oscar de la Renta. And she looked fab, like her prosthetic. She stayed in character all night. And she was just going there to have a fun time and a good time, but still give fashion and not a literal cat. And not do too much, just very minimal and pull back and just enough. Like, if you're gonna do it correctly, not just be making a fool out of yourself just to have a viral moment. And that's what I think a lot of attendees think the Met Gala is that who can go in with the craziest outfit or the craziest stunt so that they can get the full media coverage. Next we have Janelle Monáe wearing Thom Browne. Now, I was loving this moment a lot. You know, Thom Browne had made Chopette a cat bag. You could see the tweed inspirations and the big pearl and the camellia flowers inspired in the garment. It was till then she took this coat off and she was just having the underlayer part. And she just started showing her bathing suit underneath, like a Chanel bathing suit. And I just didn't get that. Like, it was just disrespectful. Like, no one's taking this seriously. Everybody's wanting a moment rather than just honoring in a fashionable way. And like I said, stunts, and it was just distasteful for me, in my opinion. I just didn't really care for it. One of my favorites last night was Tiana Taylor wearing Thom Browne. This is a custom from the hair, the little ponytail she had, the signature Karl Lagerfeld glasses, the necktie, the tailoring, and then still also showing herself into a little bit of sex appeal in this Thom Browne look, which is so crazy to me because when you see Thom Browne, you don't think of sexy, you think mystical and like fun. But it was definitely giving sexy last night, and it was fun. She looked amazing, and I was seeing that she had brought Chick-fil-A in last night, which is so fucking hilarious. Like, how did you sneak Chick-fil-A into the Met Gala? Like, just insane. Even with some of the menswear looks that some of the girls were wearing, there were a lot of men last night that showed up and showed out. Like Brian Terry Henry, Simi Liu, Stephon Diggs, Pusha T. The men did try, and I do appreciate them trying, so I just wanted to shout them out as well. Next we have another Met Gala heavy hitter, Miss Cardi B, wearing Champagne Studio. She had a previous look on the way from the hotel to the actual gala, to the carpet, but I didn't really care for it. It was giving very much Vegas. She always gives Vegas girl for some reason, but this right here, this representation of Karl tonight was beautiful, well done. I love the hair color. Most people wasn't a fan, but I did love the hair color because it's representing Karl. The whole button up, the collar. People had the same idea, but this was done in a way that it was special. It was still a Met Gala moment. It's still giving fashion, and it's really beautiful. And everyone stopped on the carpet to look at her last night. So I thoroughly enjoyed this, and yeah, I have no notes. And then last but not least, Miss Rihanna, the belle of the ball, made us wait, I think, an hour and a half for her to arrive in this custom Valentino moment, closing the carpet as Carl would a runway, showcasing a bridal moment, which is just extravagance. However, it's not what I would have expected. Um, it's not something I thought she would have done. I thought she would have went a little bit further. I don't know. I was maybe expecting more. Or it could be the fact that she was the last one on the carpet to showcase flowers that we've been seeing all night. So that maybe could be it. I'm just underwhelmed. Um, and apparently she was showed up in $25 million in jewelry as well. So very expensive night. She did mention that Valentino, each flower on the, I guess, the coat for the dress, took 30 hours, each flower, which sounds crazy because it's just like, where exactly would it need to take that much time to like just layer stuff? But I guess, girl, if she said it, I'm gonna believe it. But yeah, I don't know. I was just left like, I guess, it's okay. It's just we've seen it all night long now. At this point, I'm just like, I'm over it. You just look like everybody else. ASAP looks good. He's actually wearing a look that's inspired by Call himself. A Moment in Time, which is very ASAP. It's done by Gucci, so I guess it's a good night for them. I don't know. So, what do you guys think? It has been a long night. I have struggled my way through this review. I didn't necessarily want to do it because I was just like underwhelmed, but I know that you guys look forward to my opinion. So I hope you guys got through the video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and get down in the comments and tell me what you think about the Met Gala this year and who was your favorite look and who was your best looks. And I'll get back to you soon.